It is official. Conor McGregor will be making his long-awaited return to the octagon against Michael Chandler at UFC 303. Now, of course, this is obviously great news. Whenever Conor McGregor announces that he's going to be doing something with MMA in general, everyone starts to get hyped. You know, he has a massive fan base. A lot of MMA fans today wouldn't be MMA fans if it weren't for Conor McGregor in the first place. And now he's finally back after being out the octagon for around 3 years now when he fought Dustin Poirier and had that horrible injury where he broke his leg. But for me, with this fight, I don't know how it's going to go. It's quite a hard fight to predict in my opinion, because we no longer have 2016 Conor McGregor. That is no longer the case. We've got a much older Conor McGregor who hasn't really been consistent when it comes to staying in shape. You know, there's many videos and photos of Conor McGregor putting on much more weight, looking off his tits, you know what I mean? It looks like he's on some sort of drugs or pissed up half the time.
I sometimes had to remind him.
I landed one punch
Once.
and he hit me with a door. Other than that, it was absolutely perfect.
That's true.
An amazing stunt team, Garrett Warden and Steve Brown, and they were phenomenal with us. They gave us free rein, and we've done a good job.
Let me just make it clear, if I'm making a prediction for this fight right now, I'm still going to be biased and go with Conor McGregor, and that's simply because I just feel like styles make fights, and I don't know, I'm not reading too much into him looking out of shape and all this, and Chandler's always training. Just look at the physique on the guy. But let's be honest, Chandler's been out the octagon now for about 2 years himself, because he's been chasing this fight for 2 years. He's been after this fight with McGregor and he's finally got it. And I'm very happy for Michael Chandler that he's got this big payday, but he should win this. If there's an opportunity for Michael Chandler to beat Conor McGregor, it's right now. This is the perfect opportunity, with McGregor having a long layoff, not looking the most committed outside of the sport. You know, it really all goes in Michael Chandler's favour. Yeah, I still believe Conor McGregor's going to get it done. Again, I know this is not 2016 McGregor, but I just think he's going to get it done. I don't see how Chandler wins this. You know, he's got that great wrestling background. He's very explosive, but he just never really uses his wrestling, and it's so bizarre to me. There was a video going around of him like training grappling with Kamaru Usman. It's so nice to watch. He's got such great grappling, but again, he never chooses to use it, and I don't understand why. Especially in his UFC run, I can't remember a time he has used his grappling. Maybe against Dustin Poirier, and he tried to attempt to take down against Gaethje, but wasn't able to get one from what I remember. But regardless of that, he just tries to have a war with everyone. And yeah, that's good for the fans. It's very entertaining to watch. But for Michael Chandler, why are you doing that? It's like low IQ. It's such a brain fart moment. Like, why wouldn't you use your bread and butter? I know he has good power, but you know, if you're throwing the threat of a takedown, those big overhands are going to pay off more for you. But I don't know. I just really don't see Chandler winning this fight. But when it comes to Conor McGregor, will he actually make it to UFC 303? I'm very surprised it's taken this long. This fight was meant to take place last year. I think it got announced early last year, 2023. We have the Ultimate Fighter between the two whales. You know, I missed it, to be honest. I was going to watch it, and then I missed it because, you know, Chandler's team was just beating McGregor's team every week, and apparently it just wasn't that entertaining. And I'm like, if McGregor can't make the Ultimate Fighter entertaining, who the fuck can? You know what I mean? So I didn't really pay attention to the Ultimate Fighter. There was obviously a bit of tension there where McGregor pushed Chandler and Chandler started being all cringy like he usually is. But after that, the fight never happened. We never got that fight. Conor McGregor ended up coming out recently saying that he's very frustrated that the UFC aren't giving him a fight right now. And, you know, it would have been so easy to just make that fight. I don't know what was stopping the UFC from making Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler what it could have been. Whether what McGregor's saying is true or not, obviously he just had that big film Roadhouse, what's done really, really well. So maybe he couldn't have even done the fight because of the press tour and, you know, all that sort of stuff when it comes to making a film. I don't know the ins and outs of it. But, you know, I'm sure there's a very busy schedule to do with that. And maybe that was the reason why we haven't seen McGregor in the octagon, but now we're finally going to get him. June 29th, I believe it is the date. And I just don't know if Conor McGregor gets it done. I want to believe he will. I still will predict he will. But do I genuinely believe that he will get the knockout over Michael Chandler? I just don't know. You know, you got two complete different lifestyles. McGregor, loads of money, you know, loads of drugs, loads of drinking. Whereas you got Michael Chandler, fucking, see you at the top, you know, and fucking chiseled body, always working his bollocks off. I just don't know. Like I said, everything goes in Chandler's favour. I just don't know if McGregor can get this done, but I really hope he does. It's a shame McGregor still never fought after 2016. You know, he went straight into a fight with Floyd, and I completely understand why. But I just wish he didn't, man. I wish he stayed in MMA, maybe fought Tony Ferguson, and maybe would have had a better chance of beating Khabib. You know, in that first round, he was doing quite well, and I think he won the third round as well when Khabib decided to strike against Conor McGregor. But that was a long time ago. That's 6 years ago. And I don't believe we have that McGregor anymore. Obviously, in his last outing, he had his leg break. He was looking sharp against Dustin Poirier in that third fight. And then Poirier kind of stuck it on McGregor. And McGregor, he kind of panicked and initiated the clinch with Dustin Poirier. And actually, I think he looked for a guillotine as well, which is crazy considering going into that fight, fucking Conor McGregor was saying something about he doesn't class submission victories as proper victories, something along those lines, which is crazy that he then went to a submission attempt against Dustin Poirier. But I'm very interested in this fight between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. It's only around the corner. The build-up should be very fun, like every single Conor McGregor fight. But I just don't know if Conor McGregor can get it done, and that's what I'm scared about. But if he does get it done, then who would he fight next? You know, maybe just skyrocket him into the title scene. If Dustin Poirier beats Islam Makhachev, best believe we're going to get a quadrilogy, however you say it, between Conor and Dustin Poirier. You know, that'll sell, and that'll, you know, an easy way to get McGregor possibly back as a champion. Would he fight Max Holloway? There's been talks of that. Would he maybe fight Leon Edwards at 170? Who knows? But at first, he needs to get past Michael Chandler, and it's going to be a very, very tough ask, in my opinion. Now, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel, where we talk about more MMA subjects.